Permitting in California in general is the most difficult it's ever been. 95% of the projects we permit are within the city of San Diego, so that's really where my expertise lies. So, you want to think about two things when you submit for a permit. Ideally, the plan check is going to be thorough and it's going to be consistent. In terms of a thorough plan check, we want to make sure that our plan checks are done complete. We don't want the plan checker to miss one thing on their initial plan check and then come back 2 months later and say, oh, here's another thing that I missed. You're paying for the service, so you want it to be done correctly. And that ensures a efficient permitting process. Now, the second thing is you want to make sure that the plan checks are consistent with the other plan checks you've had. So from an architectural perspective, where I'm submitting multiple projects, if plan check A has the same criteria as plan check B, eventually we can template everything and make it a very streamlined process. But more often than not, that's not the case. One reviewer will give us completely different comments as another reviewer. And this is very visible when a reviewer is changed out on our project and all of a sudden new issues are brought to light. We're both working off the same building code, so we should be able to come to the same conclusion. But unfortunately, there's really not a line of communication that they offer us so we can have clarification on the front end, which would be very helpful. The shame of this whole thing is the purpose of the building permit is to ensure safety. However, what we're seeing in real life is an extended permit process with increasing fees during a housing crisis. So I think to set expectations at the right level, you need to make sure you have enough time to permit your project, and you need to make sure you reserve funds to permit the project because fees continue to increase. In fact, last year in 2024, I think they increased 3 or 4 times.